What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, man. We back in the building. Listen, man. Listen, I know we already did a reaction video to Luther, but I saw this video pop up, man, and I gotta play this video for y'all, man. I gotta go through this for y'all because it was some things in here that we probably ain't see, but shout out to my guy over here, HQK. HQK caught some things in here that we gonna look at, and then we could talk about it, and then y'all could let me know what y'all think about it, man, because you caught some things, man. So let's get to it, man. We gonna look at this, and we gonna try to find some things in the video that we probably did not notice. So again, shout out to HQK, man. Make sure you go follow and subscribe, do all that good shit, man, because I saw this and I was like, yeah, this is good content. And I do like the fact that he talks about this from a very neutral standpoint, which I could appreciate. So let's get to it, man.
So I'm the only one that caught this reference in a Luther music video. In the Kendrick and SZA Luther music video, I was the only one that caught this. Let me break it down and the rest of the video for you, okay? You ever seen this meme? It's a very popular meme on the net, right? People have the Reaper, they put a sign on everything, then they say, hey, you know what? One by one. For example, let's say they put a sign on here and they say that's the Lakers. The Lakers are the Reapers, right? And it's a playoff series, right? They'll put the Mavericks here, they'll put, you know what I'm saying, Houston here.
Yo, do y'all remember that? I remember just like he's explaining it. It was, they used to do it a lot for the playoffs, for the NBA playoffs. It'll be like the Reaper would have the jersey on, and then he would go to, it would be a door, and then it'll say the first team they beat, and then another door would be the next team they beat, and then the next team, and then the other one will be the one that they about to play. This was definitely a thing. Y'all probably know about it out there. Don't act like you don't. If you was on the internets, you knew about it.
Dallas here, and they'll be like, all right, we deaded that one, we deaded that one, we deaded that one, who's next, right? You get the point? Okay. When I saw the SZA do this.
Now, look at them doors. Look at them doors. They look exactly like what we were just looking at. But listen, man, there's more to this, man, that he's going to point out right now. And I think this kind of opens up some things because it makes you look at this a little bit different.
I said, wait a minute. And one of the interns on our live reaction was like, what number is that door? You know what I'm saying?
Look at that. The door is door number 6.
Oh my God.
Yo, that's crazy, right? Crazy. But these are the little things that you don't notice unless you like really look at this, right? And now, once I seen this, right? Once he pointed this out, it makes you kind of look at this whole setup a little bit different, right? Because at first I know everybody was watching this and it was like, yo, who's this, light-skinned dude that opened the door? Like, what is this about? Why is this going to his door? And and Kendrick's like in an elevator and doing all this other stuff. This gives it a whole different meaning and setup here. So let's keep watching.
Then and realize it was the number 6. 6 God. Now I know what you're gonna say, HQ. This is very K-Dot call members of you. Don't just blame me. I'm putting the blame on my intern. We can't unsee it, right? Even numbers 6, 8, 10. Very intentional that you make sure that number was 6. But what does that have to do with the whole theme of the video? That's what we're gonna get into. I think here it is kind of that message of like, hey, SZA can go in there, there's been folks on here, SZA was the mole, can go in here one by one, right? But also, as you watch the video, I noticed that the man becomes a little more at peace when she walks in the room and seduces him, right? And that kind of feels a little bit like the theme of the video. So let's get into that. One thing I noticed about Kendrick in this video, I mean, he's been very stoic in a lot of his videos.
And this is that scene that we were talking about. We were talking about this scene and trying to figure out, we were saying like, I wonder what this scene right here is about. So this is that one scene we were looking at. It's still kind of a mystery for me, but this open up.
Made sure to let you know he was sad in this video when he wasn't around his romantic interest, right? Said romantic interest being Anastasia. I was asking, who is this girl? She looks familiar. She looks familiar because she's Nigerian American. Once you know one Nigerian, you know them all if you're Nigerian. Still keeping the stoic vibes, but not sad whenever he's around his own love interest, right? So that's kind of like the signal there for the man. Whenever he's around love interest, not sad. His ride or die, you know what I'm saying?
That's interesting. When she was coming down the elevator, right? And he was like staring off into, I want to go back to that. Wonder if that's a stoic look that he had or a sad look. And then as soon as she came, like turned stoic. I don't know.
And I guess here, this man, when he's around this love interest, not sad, but she's a little lusty, trying to seduce him. And then she's going to go one man after the other versus the situation that Kendrick is in. Maybe he.
Now, Wait, listen, hold on. I know I've been pausing, but look, this is interesting because if we really look at the two things you got going on in this video, you have SZA and this guy, right? Who, when you watch what they're doing, a lot of what they're doing is like very, like he said, lusty, right? And a lot of what you see with Kendrick and his love interest in the video is very like love, like togetherness, like, it's the complete opposite. You know what I mean? Like they're sitting with each other and they're holding hands, and then like it gives that like feeling of support. And then when you go to like SZA's side with this guy, it's more on the lust side. It's more of the like touching and like, like we trying to get something popping. So very interesting. Very interesting.
He could be pointing out that all you guys that look up to the other guy,
Yep.
this is a situation you end up with if you're not with one woman right now. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibes that I'm getting. Could be a reach. Call it reach and foul HQK. I just had to point that out, right? Now, we had a pause in the video. In this point, I'm noticing the black and white visuals. Then they're offsetting it with, color visuals. Obviously, we just saw the Nokia video, black and white. You know what I'm saying? But Kendrick took a different approach here, saying, hey, I'm going to do some black and white, and I'm going to mix it with color here. I thought these were nice and cute. The buildings were very peculiar, and obviously GNX messaging. I like this. I've always told you guys I'm not a huge fan of the Luther record. Like, I get why the Luther record works. Like, I get why it works.
Now, if you look at these 4 shots, right? These 4 shots, like we said, the elevator scene where she's coming down the elevator and he's just like staring off, and then you have the scene where he's in the elevator with her. And, that was the one scene where he actually smiled, so it makes a lot of sense. That was the one scene where he actually smiled. And then you have him inside of the GNX, right? And while he's inside of the GNX, it looks like he's on the phone. And then you have SZA standing outside. So listen, that's definitely more to this video than we know or than we're seeing. And dog, it's like there's so much hidden shit. It makes you wish, like, bro, like you'd be like, yo, to the director, like, yo, what the fuck does this mean? Like, you feel me? Like, just tell me right now, man. Cause we over here trying to crack this code, trying to break this shit up. Just tell me what the fuck this shit mean. You feel me? Like, damn, like, help a brother out.
I can say the music video made me like the song a little more, right? It made me like it a little more. And that's what a music video should do, right? So when people ask, oh, why would you shoot a music video to a record that's going #1 already? Why would you do that? Because one, there's never more than enough promo. And two, you're going to get people to change their mind about the song. Most of the time. You'll get a good, if it's 10% of overall listeners, they will. And also, you don't want to be down from #1 because who's right behind you? The dude that you're now visually competing with. Nokia, Drake, #2, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of, yes, that is what this is about. It's gonna be a lot of war. Y'all think we can't get over the beef? I think these guys can't get over the beef. This is Karina Evans, I believe. She's produced a lot of music videos for Drake before. God's Plans, I think Nice for What, right? Guess who produced this Luther? Now, if you're
Now, listen, I do agree with that. People are it's always going to be, I feel like it's always going to be something in there that refers to anything, because I feel like one side gets petty, the other side got to get petty. It all depends on the level of pettiness on each side. One side might do a lot of shit, one side might do some subtle shit. It's just, I think it's going to be a never ending cycle until like somebody just decides to like just not refer to anything at all. But I think the messaging in the music is important. The hidden messaging is important because, it gives people things to look at and things to like decode, decipher, or however you want to view it. But it is what it is. Like he said, like I agree with him. Like they're gonna keep talking about each other, whether it's like some shit that you're supposed to see or some shit that you're gonna decode and see.
Remember this from the Bodies snippet or whatever, and we got that song. This whole like kind of venue or whatever, I caught it in a music video again in this one.
Yeah,
but
so
then Kendrick had a pew pew. Can't really see it. I don't know who he taking.
That part was interesting too. Y'all got any theories on who he taking the shots at? Let me know in the comment section what y'all think this scene meant. I feel like this is one of those scenes where it'll only make sense when another video comes up for something else. I have a feeling another video is gonna come out for something else, and then you're gonna see that scene from a different angle, from the angle in that room. That's what I think. I think that's what we're gonna see. I think this is like letting people know, like, this is a scene, but you're gonna see the other side of that scene in a different video.
Shots at, but hey, come on, breakdown artists, start breaking it down. Find the answers for me. Yeah, that's what I've got for now. I'm sure I'll have more information, but I did notice this scene wasn't there. So it's either A, that scene that we all caught the other day when we saw the GNX and the music video shoot, something like that. It wasn't for this Luther video. I was wrong. I thought it was going to be for Luther. A lot of y'all said maybe he's the good credit with Playboy Cardi. Maybe he brought the GNX to Playboy Cardi's world. Who knows? I don't know. But it's very interesting that this wasn't there. Or number three, we were all wrong. And this whole thing had nothing to do with that, okay? Check off the boxes. Solid music video, get great visuals, some Easter eggs in there. Take shots at your enemies. He's taking shots at you. Plus, pay homage to Luther Vandross and Cheryl, right? And If This World Was Mine, right? And Cheryl Lynn, right? And you put that in the end, a nice little romantic, emotional vibe. Check it all off. Check it all off. So whether you love the song or not, you got to give kudos to these guys. They are pushing the envelope in terms of making sure they put the effort into these visuals, putting the effort now into the music. The competition does. I love it.
Yo, shout out to HQK, man. One time for HQK, man. That is very much appreciated because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I missed that. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I missed that, bro. I'm not really like the guy breaking down the video and seeing like, oh, damn, that shit is pink or that shit is red. That means that the red means that it was the blood that he would have shed on the door, and then the blood would have like you see how the blood is like spread on the floor? It's a 6, which means sis God for Drizzy. And the fact that it's like drizzling down the floor, that's another word for Drizzy. You feel me? Like, I'm just not that guy. I'm just not that guy, man. No disrespect to people that are. They're just better at that shit than I am. I'm just not the guy that's looking for like context clues in the video. I just love music, and I'm just gonna watch the music video and I'm gonna be like, yo, that's a nice visual. That's a nice shot right there. Sorry, man. I'm sorry if that's what you're looking for. I'm sorry. I don't got it. I don't got the capabilities. I can't do it. But that was very interesting, man. So shout out to him for finding that out and breaking that down in the video. I appreciate that, but I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that breakdown. What do y'all see that we missed? Do y'all think we missed anything? Do y'all think that he's onto something with this? Let me know in the comment section, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. And shout out to the people that are subscribed to this channel. I want to give y'all flowers. Shout out to the members, man. The people that joined the membership. Shout out to the newest members. Shout out to the existing members, man. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all keep this channel going, and I appreciate all y'all support, man, and I appreciate y'all just sticking with me and hanging with me. Y'all already know what it is, man. And again, if you have not followed my Press Record channel, follow that Press Record channel. That's why I have videos where I talk about, different things on how to improve your channels, how to improve your content, all that other stuff. I just talk about random stuff. It's a more personal, in-depth to what it looks like behind the scenes of YouTube. And also follow my Big Zoe Reacts channel. There's reaction videos on there. If you follow that, you'll see that I be reacting to shit outside of hip hop. So, follow that, man. Listen. And as always, y'all know the vibes. Let's go.
Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it.